Hey, what's up, guys? Man, yesterday we had another winning day. I apologize. I was supposed to check how many days we had in a row already, but I think it's the fifth day in a row where we're in the green. Yesterday, I'm going to show you the actual slips. One of the only mistakes I made was the Bulls. I actually put it out there. I said, man, the Bulls, they in the history with the Bulls versus the Heat, the Heat do win over the Bulls. And sure enough, I should have stayed away, but I didn't pay attention and they got blown out. So either way, it was a decent day. It was a 4-1 day. I'm going to show you the slips right here just so you can see real quick. This was the first one was the Canadians on the money line that hit for us. And then we had this one, which was three batter props on the under one RBI. So these three batter props have been very decent on the under one RBI. Actually going to talk about I think I have 4 players today. I have two parlays that I'm going to share with you in this live. So stick around for that. And the only reason you can see that it was supposed to win $28.39, but I only won $9.45. And the reason that is that 2 of the batters didn't end up playing. So I can't do anything about that. That's just the way it works. If you haven't done so, guys, click on the link in the profile or go to bsportspick.com. Make sure you get the free picks. We share a lot of stuff. I'm going to go through the slate for baseball. I'm also going to share, I think it's 2 batter props on 1 hit or 3 batter props on 1 hit. I'm going to show you all of that. I'm also going to show you 4 players on the under RBIs. So stick around for that. Here, let me start closing out some tabs, and then I can help you out here. So let me go next. The next one was here, Xavier Edwards. You can see I put up $50. It only won $18. Reason being is I'm still testing some stuff because last season, or I'm sorry, 2 seasons ago, I was hitting a lot on these 2-leg parlays for hello. Sorry about that. I lost connection there. Can you guys hear me and see me, please? Somebody? What's up, Bob? Yeah, thanks for the comment. Bob says he won big last night. So go to the link in the description, guys. If you're on Twitter, go to the link in the profile, and there's bsportspicks.com, and you'll get the free stuff. And I share a lot of free stuff, so make sure you do that. If you're on YouTube right now, make sure you subscribe. All right. So, anyways, what I was trying to say here is the batter props. I'm going to start testing this. Is I'm going to just do the single batter. So basically, this guy by himself, the next guy by himself, the next by himself. Because whenever I was doing 2-leg parlays, they were not winning. So what I want to try to do is I'm going to pay the high juice on these high hit rates, and if it's profitable, then I'll start sharing them. You can parlay this with anything you want, but for me, I'm testing them as individual batters. All right. The last one here was the Orioles. So like I said, it was 4 wins I just showed, and then the Bulls did not win. So that was a decent day, 4-1 day. 2 of the plays didn't hit a lot of money because they were higher odds. Because like I said, 2 of the batters didn't bat, and then the other guy, I did a single 1 hit. So anyways, let me get right into it now. So the first little piece of information you can see right here, I have the teams against each other. So for example, these guys, Diamondbacks going against the Marlins, I have a bunch of insights right here, and then there's a bunch missing. And the reason there's a bunch missing is that they just started. So sometimes there's information, sometimes they're not, or sometimes it just skips it. But either way, these scrapers, they work because they give me a lot of information. So for example, let me zoom in here. Let me zoom in. So for example, right here it's telling me the Detroit Tigers are 83% in the last 6 at home. Tampa Bay Rays are 33%, and then the Mets are 81%. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go with them just based on this data, but at least it gives me a heads up on what's going on. Also, the over-unders right here. So one of the things I started looking at is these unders. And then what I start doing is looking at the pitchers. And from there, I start looking at the batters and stuff like that. But anyways, these over-unders I'm starting to take more into consideration. I wasn't doing that in basketball anymore because in basketball, the speed is so fast that they can all of us 15 points in a minute or something. I mean, so it's different in baseball. So, anyways, I'm gonna start paying attention more to that. And then I had some shots on goal, but today there's no data for two shots on goal. I've been hitting a lot with these as well, but today there's just not enough players to look at. So here's the head-to-head stuff. I'm not going to go into all the details, but this is actually how I used to do my lives. I would go and show you all my head-to-head stuff. So like basically, Diamondbacks are 5-5, and so I'm not going to go through all that. I just wanted to show you the kind of information that I go through. And then one of the last things I'll show you before I start talking about the batters and the teams is actually, let me go back to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the slate real quick. I'm not going to go through every one of these numbers, but I'll just tell you what the notes I have say. Okay, so for example, actually, let me show you this page instead. So if you're on Twitter, guys, go to my profile, click on beastsports.com. You'll see the link right there. I fixed it last night. And also, if you're interested in learning this stuff, text me right there. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of this and then send me a text. Let me know that you're interested in learning this stuff. And then if you want the free picks, go to bsportspicks.com. Also, the link is in the profile. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. So I'm gonna go through the the games right here. I'm not gonna go deep into this, but then I'll tell you who I'm going with and why. So right here, the Diamondbacks, you can see they're favored by 159, and then these guys are underdog 134. So I'll just give you some quick analysis real quick. It says that the Diamondbacks are 10-7, and Arizona has Corbin Burns as their top pitcher. Diamondbacks boast a higher on-base percentage. Miami counters with Max Meyer. So what it's talking about is these pitchers and batters and stuff. So right now, these are not the names that are on there today. Marlins are 8-8. However, Diamondbacks are 10-7. And the other thing to besides that is that they're more established. Diamondbacks are more established, while Miami's a younger team, and they have a current momentum of 3-game winning streak for Diamondbacks. So Miami's still developing young talent and a combination of Arizona's strong lineup and rotations. So basically, it's saying Diamondbacks have a very strong information today. And I also looked at the what did I look at? I looked at the line move. I looked at the head trends. I looked at the pitching. So Cabrera, right, that's the only little lean that they have today is that Cabrera right here. Cabrera, he has a ERA of 3.18, and then the Marlins only have this guy is not as good as the other guys. So you can see his ERA is 4.86, and then these guys don't have a lot of juice over here. But again, this is a younger team. This is a stronger team. And that goes back to all the information I was talking about. So I'm really leaning heavy towards the Diamondbacks today. If you want to back that up, or if you don't like it, let me know. Either way is fine. I'm just trying to walk you through some stuff. So Diamondbacks, I'm sorry, let me go up to the other game now. So I'm leaning heavy towards the Diamondbacks. All right, now we got the Nationals and the Pirates. The Nationals and the Pirates, there's a lot of conflicting information. Even though the Pirates should win this game, there's a lot of conflicts in the information, meaning that, like, for example, I'm not going to go into all the details, but basically this guy they have decent pitching versus head-to-head trends and stuff like that. So there's a lot of contradictions there. The Reds had the biggest line shift. So, for example, look, if I was looking at the Pirates, you can see the Nationals have a weak pitcher today. But then you look at the Nationals, they have a strong batters over here. So there's a lot of contradictions like that. I'm staying away from that game. The Reds had the largest line shift. Let me confirm that. Let me make sure it's still good. And what I'm talking about is line, public money and sharp money and all that stuff. Let me just confirm. Give me a second. Reds. Yeah, they went from an underdog plus 106. You can see right here, and now they're favored. So they flip flop from a underdog to a favorite. So that's a lot of good information there if you know what the hell I'm talking about. But when a team is an underdog and they become a favorite, then that's a team to look at for sure. However, so there's a contradiction here because everything that I'm looking at is saying that the is combination of elite pitching. Let me just show you the rating here. There's a combination of elite pitching, strong defense, provides significant advantage over the Reds, inconsistent pitching staff. Seattle's offense may not be consistently productive, but their clutch hits. Cincinnati's struggles with runners on base. So again, there's a lot of information that contradicts the shift in the line move for the Mariners. Or I'm sorry, for the Reds. So now the Mariners are actually underdogs. So that makes sense. Let's keep here. White Sox and Athletics. It's telling me the Athletics should win, but I don't trust them. It's just like betting on the Wizards to win. I don't trust it, even if they're going against the White Sox. Phillies and Giants, there's no clear edge. Orioles, we went with the Orioles yesterday, and they hit. But today, there's no clear indication on who should win that. Tigers look decent recently, but we're not touching it. Mets and Cardinals, Rangers. What's the other one? Let me look it up real quick. I have a lot of information on all the teams, but I'm not going to share everything. I'm just going to kind of tell you what I'm looking at. So let's see. So here's the teams that I'm looking at. It's going to be the Diamondbacks. I definitely already put my money down. So if you guys want to follow that. And here's the information, actually, so you can see. The Diamondbacks, they have a better record. They have public and sharp money. Hitting samples are Cabrera showing better. Pitching is the lone knock. Okay. And then we got the Pirates. I'm not touching the Pirates yet. Don't quote me on that one. But it's saying that the starting pitcher is ridiculous. So like the 3.0 ERA for the pitching is going against the other guy, which is a ridiculous. I think there's an error there at 7.36. Let me show you what the hell I'm talking about. So Pirates. I think it's easier if I just show you than try to explain. So right here, Haney is 3.0, and then you go to the Nationals. I'm sorry, Trevor Williams, he's a 7.36. So this guy is obviously much better than this guy. So Pirates look decent. Plus they have the public money. Plus they have the sharp money. Don't quote me on those. It's not a for sure yet that I'm going with them, but I'm definitely looking at them. And then the Reds is the other team I'm looking at. They got a huge mound edge. So this is what's crazy. I think this is the error. There's actually I believe it's an error because I've never seen this. It says an ERA of 81, which is super. I've seen the worst I've ever seen it is like 13. This guy has an ERA of 81, which is just insane. Look at this guy has an ERA of 3. This guy has an ERA of 81. So anyways, there on top of that, there's public money, there's sharp money. There's what else? That's about it. So anyways, I'm still looking at the Reds. I'm still looking at the Pirates, but I really love the Diamondbacks. Now I'm going to get into the batters. Give me a second. I'm going to see if anybody signed up. If anybody's on Twitter, go to the link in the description or the profile and click on. I want to see something because I've never seen how this looks on my phone when I'm on the live. So give me a second. Yeah, so it looks like for some reason I see that people are here, but they don't see a link on Twitter. So either go to bsportspicks.com or click on my profile and then click on the link right there. And then you'll see a section that says free. So click on my profile, click on free. Let me just show you what that looks like so you can see what the hell I'm talking about. So that's like this. You go to the link in the description or profile and then scroll down and you would click on where it says get my free picks now. Or you could, if you go to the website right here, bsportspicks.com, it'll take you directly to this page. And then you just click on get my free picks now. All right, I'm going to go through a bunch of batters. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go through 8 batters, and I'm going to show you, like I said, the one hits. So for the one hits, you got to be careful. I'm doing them straight up, but they're expensive. And then I'm doing 2 batters on the under RBIs together as a parlay, and then I'm doing the other 2 batters on the under parlay. So it'll be 4 total batters on the under RBIs, and then 3 total batters on the one hits. So you guys can work that however you want, but I'm just going to show you the batters. So the first one here is Xavier Edwards. Xavier Edwards, you can see, supposed to get 2 hits actually, and that's actually how I start my research. I look at 2 hits, and then I just look at it, and then I just buy it back 1 point. So one hit. So all I need him to do is get 1 hit. So again, you can see how clear this is. This dude has a 90% hit rate. On some games, he's got 2 hits. Like I said, all we care about is him getting 1 hit. This dude gets up to bat 5 times per game. He has exceeded this line 9 straight games in a row. And then you look at his pitching over here versus his batting. I'm not going to get into the details there, but I also take a look there. So, for example, this guy pitches over here 12%, 17%, 13%. So he kind of pitches on the inside and on the corners, and then he pitches very slightly in the middle. And then this dude is powerful on the edges over here, and then he's very powerful in the middle, obviously. But anyways, I take a look at all this stuff. I'm not going to bore you with all those details. Then you got, so anyways, the first guy I'm looking at to get 1 hit is Xavier Xavier Edwards from Miami. Next guy 1 hit is going to be Bobby Witt Jr. This dude has been hitting for us all season, pretty much. Like I've gone with this guy maybe 5 times this season so far. And every time I do, he gets a hit. So let me just show you. Again, I'm going to go down to get 1 hit. This dude gets multiple hits per game, but I only need him to get 1 hit. He goes up to bat 4 times. And then it does tell you right here, he failed to exceed 2 hits. But we don't care about that. We only need him to get 1 hit. Okay, then you got his average right here. Is 6 hits. So he's faced this dude already 13 times, and he's already gotten 6 hits off this dude. So he already has some information on that. And then this is one of the best things I like. This is one of the best indications to show you what the hell I'm talking about. This pitcher right here, Olsen, he tends to throw on this corner a lot. As a right hand. So he throws right here 44% of the time. Let me zoom in right here so you can see. This pitcher right here throws this ball 44% of the time over here. 65 of his pitches have come right in this corner. And look at this. This guy hits 30.333 whenever they pitch right there. Is that starting to make sense right there, guys? Let me know if that makes sense. All right. So if somebody can comment, let me know if that makes sense. I would appreciate it. So basically what I'm saying is that this dude pitches, most of his pitches are in the corner, and this dude gets a 3.33 hit rate right there. All right. Plus you had all the other stuff I just talked about. So again, Bobby Witt Jr., 1 hit. Next one is Luis Renfroe. This dude is a little more inconsistent right here, but overall he's hitting at an 80% hit rate. You can see for whatever reason, the day he didn't get a hit over here, he only went up to bat once. So I don't know if that's because they pulled him or he got injured. I don't know. But you can see he did not get a hit here, but he only went bat once. Over here, he didn't get a hit, and he did go up to 4 times. But he's seen the plate between 4 and 5 times. It is telling you he has failed to exceed 2 hits. But again, we only need him to get 1 hit. So it's all good. All right, thanks, Richard, for letting me know. It makes sense. All right. So then again, his average is 2.75 against Renfroe. And again, I'm not going to get into all these details, but look at, he throws the ball right here 27% of the time. This dude gets 3.33 hits right in that corner. So same little corner. All right. Now I'm going to flip-flop here. I'm going to switch it now. So it's not going to be any more 1 hits. It's actually going to be, this is the wrong page. It's now going to be the batters that are going to go on the under RBIs. So it's no longer the hits. It's going to be the under RBIs. All right. So there's going to be 4 total batters, and the first 2 I'm parlaying together, and the second 2 I'm parlaying together. So 2 parlays of 2 batters. I hope that makes sense. What team is he on? Who? Luis Renfo. Rengifo is on the Angels. Bobby Witt Jr. is on the Kansas City Royals, and Edwards is on the Miami Marlins. So all 3 of those batters are going to go as 1 hit. All right. So now check this out. Michael Taylor, Chicago White Sox. You can see how expensive these are. That's why you have to parlay them. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. These dudes are hitting at a very, very high rate. But it's still, obviously, you need to be hitting. If you're going to be paying this juice, you have to be hitting at like a 90% hit rate in order to be profitable. But if we parlay 2 of them, then we only need to hit at around a 54% hit rate to be profitable. So anyways, Michael, before I continue, guys, please, 1 second. Let me see something. If you're on Twitter, go to my profile. And once you click on my link in my profile, you're going to get to this page right here. And you're going to click on where it says get my free picks now. It's very simple. If you want to check out our VIP offers, that's cool too. Discord as well. If you want access to this page that I'm looking at for all the batter props, it's going to be on the outlier. And then I can show you guys how to do that. If you send me a DM and say, hey, I want to learn how to do this batter prop stuff, send me a text to this number and say, hey, batter props or something like that. All right. All right, Scott, thanks. So if you're on Twitter, go to my profile and then click on the link in the profile. It'll get you to this page right here. And then from there, you're going to click on get my free picks. All right. I got 4 more batters to go through, guys, and then I'm gonna hop off of here. So here we go. Michael A. Taylor from the White Sox, under 1 RBI, so under 0.5 RBI. And you can see Caesars has him the cheapest at 314. All right, you can see this is hitting at 100% hit rate. There's no bars here. What this means is that there's no RBIs in the last 10 games. If I go to his all season, he actually got 2 RBIs in 1 game. But that was back in March 31. So 17 days ago, he got 2 RBIs. So literally he got 2 RBIs in 1 game for whatever reason. I guess they were just slaughtering him. And then besides that, he's got 0 RBIs. Okay, so now head-to-head, he doesn't get them. Last 20, he's only gotten 3. And then look at this. This is one of the best things. He's only going up to bat 1 time right here. He's gone up to bat 4 times here, 3 times, 2 times. Obviously, you can read. But mostly he's going between 3 and 4 times up to bat. Some games he's going up to bat 1. The reason that is if I'm going to explain something real quick. So I'm going to go to Taylor. So Michael Taylor, right? That's not him. Michael Taylor. So if you look at Michael Taylor, look at his batting position. He's 7th right here. He's the 7th batter. So all of these under RBIs, I'm only looking at the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th batter. Okay? The reason that is they get less chances at bat. I hope that makes sense. Plus, I look at the ERA of the pitcher against them. All right. Let me know, guys, if that makes sense. So anyways, this proves it right here. This time he only went up to bat once. Over here he went up to bat once. This is very powerful. He has not gotten an RBI in the last 10 straight games. So literally in the last 10 straight games I've already shown you, he has not gotten an RBI. If you scroll down right here, you can see this WRC plus. What this means is that the average of a batter in baseball in the entire major leagues, the average for a batter to get somebody in when there's somebody on base is 100. This dude is at an 82. So look at this. He's at 82. I know it's hard to see, but let me zoom in. This is a little secret, guys. This WRC plus is powerful because an average batter, when somebody's on base, for that batter to get the batter in, like an RBI, it's 100. That's the average. This dude at 82. So what it's telling you here is he's less, a 16 points less than the average. Does that make sense, guys? I know I'm throwing a lot of data in here. I'm not going to go through all this, but this is, again, where I was saying I look at the batters against the pitcher. So anyways, guys, the first batter is Michael Taylor from the White Sox on the under 0.5 RBI. If you like this sort of information, guys, please subscribe. Also, click on the profile. Free. I share a lot of this stuff for free. So you might want to just sign up so you can get the alerts on your phone and your email whenever I post these plays. The next one is MJ Melendez, under 0.5 RBIs. You can see it's pretty expensive, $295. The other guy was $315. So I put those together, and that came out to like $133. Here we go. So MJ Melendez, one thing I don't like, he already got one RBI right here. That was about 2 days ago. So I don't like that. But if you go to 20, he's only gotten this. What the hell is this? 3? 1 RBI, 2 RBIs. So he has gotten more RBIs than the other guy, obviously. But we're overall looking at his like plate appearance just right here. He's failed to exceed this 17 out of his last 19 games. So in the last 20 games, goes back all the way to last season, he's only gotten this twice. Okay, then we go down here, like I said, this WRC plus versus this pitcher. He's at a minus 1.5. So, let me see. Let me make sure on that. Give me a second. Yeah, so it's telling you versus right-handed pitcher. Whenever he's facing a left-handed pitcher, he tends to get more RBIs. But whenever he's facing left-handed pitchers, he's actually at a minus 44 on the average, and that's telling you that's a minus 1.5. So I know that's a lot of information, but anyways, this is MJ Melendez from the Royals, and you're going to parlay that together with the Michael Taylor from the White Sox. I got 2 more batters, guys, and then I'm going to hop off. Go to the link in the profile. Go to the link in the profile. Let me ban this guy. Somebody's over here trying to bullshit. Never mind. Somebody's over here bullshitting on a stream, or what is this called? What the hell is this called? Anyways, I'm going to ignore it. Somebody's commenting some bullshit. So go to the link in the description, guys, or the profile, I should say, not in the description. Click on the link in the profile. And then when you're going to get to this page, make sure you get the free picks. I'm going to leave that up there for a second. I'm going to take a drink of water, and let me see if anybody has signed up for the free. I don't think anybody does. I don't know what's up with Twitter, man. Nobody gives a shit, I guess. Link in the description, link in the profile. Click on that link that says get my free picks. All right, let me keep going. I'm going to share 2 more batters, and then I'm going to hop off. So here we go. Let's see. I feel like Scott is saying that he feels it's important to check the lineup to ensure they make it to the plate. I did check the lineup. So, okay, here we go. So here's the second to the last one. Nasim Nunez from the Nationals. Again, I don't like this. That 2 days ago he got 2 RBIs. I don't like that. You can see he's averaging between pretty much 3 plate appearances. He's failed to exceed this 17 of the last 18 games. So he's only gotten this twice, and it was in the same game. So the pitcher must have sucked or whatever. But overall, this does not get RBIs. Again, look at this WRC plus. He's at a 90. I'm not going to go through all these details again, but that's the other guy. And then the last one is Oswaldo Cabrera. And look, you can see how expensive these guys are because they don't get hits. They don't get the RBIs. For some reason, that's ridiculous. This dude got 4 RBIs. That's crazy. Overall, he gets to bat between 3 and 4 times. He has failed to exceed this 6 of the last 7 games. And then his WRC plus is 84. So again, all of these guys are below average on getting RBIs. All of these guys are below average on getting RBIs, and I'm parlaying them together to get the odds down. and it's been hitting at like an 80 or 90% hit rate or even higher. So I'm going to go through the batters one more time very quickly, and then I'm done. So I do like Diamondbacks, very strong today. I really love them. Okay, here we go. Xavier Edwards to get one hit. Bobby Witt Jr. to get one hit. Luis Rengifo to get one hit. And then we got this dude, Michael Taylor, to go under 1 RBI. MJ Melendez to go under 1 RBI. Nasim Nunez to go under 1 RBI. And this is Oswald to go under 1 RBI. So I don't see anybody signing up. I don't know what else to do. I'm gonna keep trying to stream on Twitter for a while, but if nobody's signing up, I'm gonna stop streaming over there. If you're on Twitter and you see my stream, I know there's a lot of people on there, but nobody signs up, so I don't know what to tell you, man. It's free. I share a lot of information. Go to the link in the profile, bsportspicks.com, and sign up right there. Get free picks. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. All right, guys, thank you so much. Let's have another great day. We're on a 6-day winning streak. I showed you all my slips. I showed you all my plays. I'm giving you a lot of free value. Thanks for staying tuned. I appreciate you all. Make sure you check the Discord. We're sharing a lot of information inside the Discord. Also, if you want to check out the VIPs, you guys can do that. Thanks a lot, man. Let's have a great day.